Yeah.
Oh, hey everybody. All right, so I'm back. I'm actually video recording this right now because my Wi-Fi is being funny. If you did not see that last live, if it hasn't been posted, this is what's been going on. Last night I got called to do a court TV show with Judge Christina Perez, and during that time, the individual I met who played my boyfriend has such an interesting story, and he agreed to share it with you as we're venturing into this life recovery process and talking about how we are breaking the fear barrier to live our full potential as artists. And it all started off with this question, right?
Yeah.
So my friend here is originally from where? This is John Bailey, everybody.
Yes, Jackson, Mississippi.
He's originally from Jackson, Mississippi. So I asked him, I said, John, how long have you been in LA? And he went into his story, and this is what I want you to listen to.
Yeah, I got to LA in 2015 from San Diego, where I moved to San Diego before I got from Jackson, Mississippi, straight to San Diego, then to LA actually. And then there was a lot of drinking in between though. I lost both my parents within 3 years and got to San Diego on Labor Day weekend 2011. And then I drank for a couple of years there, honestly, on the beach, whatever. And then anyway, I went to jail for drinking in public in San Diego. And it doesn't bother me to tell you about this because when you look up my name on Google, you're going to see a mugshot of me when I was younger going to jail for drinking anyway. So I went to jail. My father's name was George Bailey, born in Union, Mississippi.
It's my favorite movie. It's a Wonderful Life. If you don't know that reference, man, it's my favorite movie. Yeah.
Well, so the story is really my dad passed away in 2009, December the 4th, the day before my 41st birthday. And before he passed away, it was like summer before that, I had a cooler full of beer in my car, and I was putting it in my trunk, actually going to the pool again. And I wasn't working, and my dad said, son, you're going to the pool again. You should be selling insurance or something. You're going to drink some more beer at the pool. You seem to miss a whole summer, son. He told me that. 4 years later, I'm in George Bailey Detention Center in Otay Mesa, California for drinking in public. And I was in there for 72 days from May 17th to July 30th, 2012, just for drinking in public. That's all it was, in George Bailey Detention Center, named after my father, born in Union, Mississippi, 1,700 miles away, population 500 and some people. And so that was something that told me that I'm here for a reason in California, because I'm in George Bailey jail. I got out of that jail and went to a program, and I haven't drank in 8 years now. Yeah. And I became born again in George Bailey jail. And now I've been in LA now since 2015. And my mother was an artist, and I couldn't ever get sober when my parents were alive. Now I've got 8 years sober, and they've been passed away. My mother passed away on February 6th. No, yeah, it was February 18, 2006, actually, of a sudden heart attack. My father died 3 years later. And so the rest of my life is dedicated to my higher power up there, God, and my mother second, because she was an artist and she wanted me to be an actor anyway. And so now I'm here, and there's hope for everybody. There is hope for everybody, because I was drinking mouthwash and rubbing alcohol when I woke up, when there was no alcohol around. That's how bad I was. Yeah. Now that's over with, thank God. And good people like her I'm meeting, and I'm very happy about that too. We had a great time on the show today.
Yeah, we sure did. Yeah. Yeah, I want to commend you specifically, because choosing the path of sobriety and recovery is probably one of the most. And I think about the duality, because it's the hardest decision you'll ever make, but when you actually do it and you stay committed to your purpose, I also think it's the easiest decision you'll ever make. And the thing that I really loved about his honesty is just talking about how he feels better now. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like he feels better now, and,
yes.
and just like creating new purpose for you. What are the things that keep you motivated towards your goals?
Towards my goals, I guess just staying sober helps me really be consistently focused, though, no matter what. No matter my character defects, I work on those. We all have those. But I work on, staying calm. Like my father before me, he stayed calm. My mother was not so calm all the time. But so I use the calmness, and I work on my character defects, and the being sober. I stutter. I'm not drunk
all
though.
good. It's all good.
Being sober
Yes.
has enabled me to be consistent in a lot of things though.
Yeah.
And so my motivation is really for my mom in a lot of ways though. And so and both my father too, because I couldn't quit drinking, and you know, from my parents, and now I'm sober, so I hope they see me somehow.
What was your turning point? Because there's this whole concept of rock bottom. So when you were in the George Bailey Detention Center,
Yes.
were your parents still alive at that point?
No, they had passed away. My mother passed away in 2006, and my father passed away in 2009, 3 years later.
So what was your moment where you're just like, this is it, you know? And the thing about recovery too, man, listen, you have to have unrelenting hope. Shout out to all my addiction counselors out there who really have this unwavering hope for people who are trying to make a change in their life.
Yes.
Because listen, it might be the 5th time when you say that's enough. It might be the 100th time. It might be the millionth time. And all I can tell you is it's one day at a time. You know what I'm saying?
Is.
And we're coming from two different perspectives, right? Because I talk about the life recovery process as far as like mental health goes. And also, I think life recovery is more than just any kind of like ailment that you go through, because there are a lot of people that have never been diagnosed with anything that are still stopping themselves from being successful in life and living their true passion because they're scared. So we can all benefit from the recovery of fear, because fear is something that impacts everyone stops themselves because of self-doubt and fear. All right, this is and we got to find it within ourselves to push beyond that fear point, so that we tune out all of those things that keep us back from living our full potential, you know.
So true. And it is a positive attitude that comes from, well, being sober. You just feel better all the way around, I guess you would say. And there's just hope that you have that you don't have, and the fear is so much less when you have control. And I'm nothing. I have so long to go. I've got a long way to go, you know. But I'm not. I'm nothing.
I think we all do, though. You know what I'm saying? As long as we're on this planet, you know, we are all on a journey together, man.
We are.
We all have a long way to go. You know what I'm saying? So, but what was your moment, though, John?
My moment was I was sitting in George Bailey jail, and I was watching 2.5 Men, really. And I have $2 when I get out, and I'm thinking about it. That's $2 for a beer, a quart of beer, cheap beer. I hope somewhere I'm at this front, you know, watching 2.5 Men and how he's going into his house in Malibu, even though it was filmed in Burbank. Now I found out. Anyway, just so you know, like, I want that life, not just a rich life, but I'm in rags. I'm about to get out of jail, and I got $2 in my name. I had nothing. I'm watching these people on TV. They look so clean, and I'm so filthy. And my life is just, I felt at that point the lowest self-esteem I ever felt, I guess. And I knew that every time I drank, I was going to jail, and I had absolutely no control with me being blacked out all the time.
Yeah.
And if I'm in jail sitting there, I'm sobering up and my tolerance is going down. And by the time I get out of jail, I get drunk so fast because I hadn't drank because I've been in jail 20 days or something like that. So it's all bad. Yeah. Being not in control makes you feel insecure, makes you feel scared because you don't know when you're going to be not even know where you are when you're blacked out on some substance like that. I can say this, there's hope for everybody, there's no doubt about it. I was drinking mouthwash and rubbing alcohol, and they called me Dirty Johnny. I was so filthy in Pacific Beach. The people they didn't even want to hang out with me. The people thought I was disgusting because I wouldn't bathe or shave. So that's over.
What kinds of things have you done to help with your sobriety path? Like, what kinds of resources did you link yourself to? What kinds of steps do you take now, like 5 years in, you said, to maintain?
The biggest thing is being grateful and for this new life I have, and realizing that how bad things were, and remembering how bad things were, because I just did that maybe a little too much.
Yeah.
You know, saying I'm talking about Dirty John, but I was, and now that's over because of my recovery, and because there is hope for everyone. And that's why I talked about, if I can do it, anybody can do it, because I was drinking, rubbing alcohol. So there's hope. That's my whole point, is about hope. And there is out there.
So do you go to meetings at all? Have you gone to see a therapist?
I've gone to a few meetings.
Yeah.
But I have a higher power, or somebody to, and I don't have to have alcohol or any hard drug or anything to make me happy. Yeah. I'm way happier, and definitely in control of my life.
What are those first steps, though? I guess when you were in the George Bailey place, did they connect you with resources while you were in there?
I went straight from there to a program, actually. Yeah. And that's where I was able to save money and work in the program.
Yeah.
There's 4 guys doing an apartment. It was a great program called the Serial Inebriate Program in San Diego.
Awesome.
And that's what I went straight from the program to move. I moved here after it took me 3 times in that program. The second time in the program, I had $1,500 saved up, 2 jobs, and everything was going great. And I decided to drink 1 airplane bottle. 1 airplane bottle. That's all. 3 weeks later, I have no money in my pocket. I'm filthy, unshaven, dirty Johnny again, crawling back to the treatment center.
This is the thing, though. Relapse is part of recovery.
It is a part of recovery.
Right? That's what it is.
Exactly,
you know what
it is. So I've gone it over and over.
Yes.
But guess what? Here I am now, though, and I'm far from perfect, but I'm not laying there on the ground.
Let's talk about accomplishments, right? So how many acting gigs have you been involved with? Or he did such a great job today. I'm so proud of this guy, man. He was he was the person suing my cousin in this little court thing that we did. So
yes.
Talk about what you've done.
I'll tell you about a little bit, but I definitely would never brag, because I'm very, very humble. But I died when
humility, I think, is such a big part of this. And I tell you, I say this all the time. I call myself a humble hottie, right? Because listen, I know at any given moment, you're looking at 2 people who see the bigger picture, you know, and you can fall into all of the crap that's superficial, but these are like real life issues that more people experience. You know what I'm saying? Recovery is like the most profound moment of stepping into your truth that you can go through. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're on a path to self-awareness and you understand that we're on this planet to grow as individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the most important thing. So you could buy into all of the superficial crap, but man, there's a bigger purpose for us being here, and that's what I like to emphasize on my page.
I believe there's a purpose for each and every one of us. That's for sure. Not just me, but everybody. Her, you. There's a purpose for everybody, and that's how I feel. And being escaped away from that prison I was in with the alcohol controlling me is the reason I feel better, you know, not just physically, but spiritually up here too, here every way, because I was trapped and I was imprisoned by a substance. I was. And I did keep on relapsing. And the reason I would never judge anybody in the first place anyway, but it took me to the age of 45 to finally even get sobered up. So, hey, I'm just lucky and I'm grateful. That's really it. Because I'm sure not here to boast about my accomplishment or anything like that. Because I have gotten some accomplishments as an actor. I have an actor's reel, and I've been on some big movies in the background, things like that. But I'm not going to go into all that. But I can say this: if I would have kept on drinking, I'd still either be in George Bailey jail or somewhere I don't want to be.
Yeah, and quite potentially dead, you know?
Of course. I was
a substance abuse clinician in Alaska for 3 years specifically. Awesome. And I actually worked with a gentleman with similar severity issues with alcohol and with the physical damage it does to your body. Like, honestly, everybody's a miracle. You know what I'm saying? If you were here today, just to like look at you, like, you're like a walking miracle. You know what I'm saying? I'm so grateful that you were able to recognize your purpose. Because no, seriously,
yes, thank you.
seriously,
For sure.
walking miracle. What he survived. We do so much damage to our bodies. You know, we
Yes.
really do. Like when we've given up on life, when we've given up on ourselves. You know, my big thing is when I fluctuate, my weight changes, especially when I'm like going through like traumatic experiences.
Yes.
I use gaining weight as a way to like ward people off, you know. So like we do damage to our bodies, we do damage to our minds, you know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
I just wanted to share his story with you. Anybody out there struggling who doesn't believe that recovery is possible, again,
It is.
it's a one day at a time thing. It really is. It's a one day at a time thing.
It is.
Whether you're somebody who is going through any kind of a physical addiction, mental illness, if you're a family member who is impacted by somebody struggling with mental health or addiction issues, man, just listen. Wellness matters. Connect yourself with people that believe in you, right? And most importantly, you got to find it within yourself to believe in you, right? And know that your life matters. Your life matters, and you can have dramatic change. And I've talked about this before, man. Even if you're somebody who's going through it and you just make that decision to sit up in bed after being in there for like 3 days because you can't move because life has really gotten you down, man, count every small fucking win, man. Count every small win, because small wins over time lead to life-changing moments, you know, life-changing direction. So that's something you got to understand. I'm just really honored to meet you, man. It was a cool thing today that happened. Yeah,
awesome.
absolutely. So and I believe that God put him in my path today so I can continue to share the story of wellness and just living courageously despite your circumstances. You know, that is the ultimate message here, man. And I'm telling you, universe, I'm so prepared to receive all of the greatness and blessings you have for my life today and every day. Break beyond that fear barrier, man. Realize what you do to yourself, and realize that if you want change to occur in your life, that it's ultimately up to you to make that decision, that you are worthy and there is more for you than just what's in your face, right?
Yes,
Okay.
that's it.
All right. Thank you so much, y'all. Love
Have a
you.
great weekend.
Yeah. Bye.